How's it going, gamers? Chongo here, and today I've got a gameplay commentary for you guys. The gameplay is of Black Ops 2, and the commentary is pretty much just going to be my first impressions with the game so far, so let's get into it. But first, I just want to say thanks to the Snipers. He made my new intro, outro, and my logo. There'll be a link to his channel in the description. Now, this gameplay is of the PC version of Black Ops 2, which I'm actually glad I did get, because you haven't really experienced Call of Duty unless you're playing it at 100 frames per second. It's amazing how fast the game runs at that. And I didn't choose that option straight up. I originally had it set on 60 frames, so that's pretty much the equivalent of what it was on the consoles. But yeah, then my friend told me to turn up the settings, so I did, and then yeah, it was amazing to be playing a game at 100 frames per second that you pretty much played your whole life at 60. However, it's not like that on YouTube because you can only show 30 frames per second, so you're not really going to be able to get your own perspective on that unless you actually have it on PC, but yeah, it's a really good experience to be playing something really, really fast. Now, I would have had this video up a couple of days ago. The only problem is I had some issues with getting my code on time, and I only really fully downloaded the game by about 7 o'clock last night, so I played a couple of games, and yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. And it's kind of hard to put like your finger on it, but there's something like completely different about this Call of Duty. Like every single COD that comes out, when you play it, it's new and everything, but it still feels the same, whereas this one felt a little bit different. I don't know whether that's just because I'm playing it on PC this time around, but something felt different, and yeah, it's definitely really fun. Also, it seems like they've changed the character models a bit. At first, I couldn't work out what it was, but then I realized they sort of look a little bit more like something from Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Not that that's a bad thing, but yeah, the character models do look quite different, and it's good. It seems like they've updated them a bit, and they look a little bit more realistic. There are, however, some issues, like, for example, I called in a care package yesterday, and it landed on a little bit of concrete that was, like, just going up a tiny bit, and then, yeah, I couldn't actually pick up the care package at all, and after about 10 seconds, it disappeared. So, obviously, there's going to be issues like that, and hopefully they'll get a patch out soon to fix up the most of those, but for the most part, it's been a pretty smooth launch. However, there was this other issue that is kind of really annoying. Like, last night I didn't notice it at all, but when you join Team Deathmatch, sometimes you'll have extreme frame rate problems on the PC, even though it doesn't say you're having them. It's kind of hard to explain, but, like, I played Team Deathmatch this morning, and yeah, it was just, there was so much lag, it was pretty much impossible to play. And yeah, it looked like you were getting like approximately 20 frames per second, although the game detects that you're getting 100. So obviously there's a patch needed for this, and I've heard this happening with other people, so hopefully they get on this. And it's kind of weird because it only seems to happen in Team Deathmatch and I think one other game mode, I'm not really sure, but it's kind of odd that there's a glitch like that in those certain game types, so I'm hoping they get a patch out probably, you know, by the end of the week or next week, so that they can kind of fix these small issues. But one thing is definitely for sure, even though I've only really played, I'd say about 4 or 5 hours of this game, it is definitely better than Modern Warfare 3. So if those of you that haven't bought it thinking it was just going to be Modern Warfare 3 all over again, it's not. It actually is a good game. It's not really as bad as Modern Warfare 3 was done. So yeah, definitely if you're kind of holding back because you're not really sure if it's good, just look up some videos obviously, and yeah, you should be alright. And I'm also liking the whole 10-point system where you can choose to not have a secondary. I think the gameplay you're seeing, I didn't have a secondary, and it was kind of weird at first. I kept swapping to it expecting to see a gun, and all I had was my knife. But I like the 10-point system and the way you can use that on something else, and having like 2 of 1 grenade or an extra perk. These all are really good features, and it's kind of something new to Call of Duty. It seems like since Call of Duty 4 they've kind of stuck with the same sort of pattern besides making you choose your own kill streaks, whereas this whole point thing I really like because yeah, some people obviously like myself don't really use their secondary too much, so it's just good to have, you know, an extra attachment or an extra grenade or something like that. So this is the end of my short first impressions video on Black Ops 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you can leave a comment on what you think of Black Ops 2 at the moment, whether you like it or there's some issues with it, or maybe if you play on the console, tell me if there's any problems with that, since obviously I can't play that because I got the PC version. And yeah, we'll see how everyone thinks Black Ops 2 launch has gone so far. And if you want to join the game hood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.